This recording is a grammar drill in which you hear the dictionary form of a Greek verb, and then you say the second and third principal parts, which are the future and the aorist. There will be a pause that's long enough for you to say the two answers. Then after that, you'll hear each of the two answers with a pause after each one so that you can repeat it back. And then you'll hear an English language definition. First, we'll do the most common and easiest category, consisting of about 30 omega verbs, which have only a first aorist and occur in augmented form in Homer.
Aiso, aixo, aexa, shoot, speed, dart, glance. Amebo, amepso, amepsa, exchange, answer, requite.
Amono, amoneo, amona, to ward off, help, withstand.
Anaso, anaxo, aenaxa, to rule, be lord. Antiao, antiaso, antiasa, approach, prepare, share. Apeleo, apeleso, apelesa, to threaten, boast. Hopto, hopso, hepsa, to fasten, bind to, touch, grasp, lay hands on. Atimazo, atimaso, etimasa, to insult, dishonor. Audao, audeso, eudesa, to speak, declare, shout. Dacruo, dacruso, edacrusa, to weep. Damazo, damaso, edamasa, to tame, subdue, to sexually control a woman by rape, marriage, or seduction. Deo, deso, edesa, to bind, to need, beg, fail to do something, fall short, be unsuited for. Dioko, dioxo, edioxa, to chase. Dokeo, dokeso, edokesa, to seem, have an opinion, suppose. Ethelo, etheleso, ethelesa, to consent, be willing. Eruo, eruso, erusa, to pull, drag, guard. Kaio, kauso, ekea, to burn. Kaleo, kaleo, ekalesa, to call. Kedo, kedeso, ekedesa, to distress, hurt, care about, be solicitous of. Lego, lexo, elexa, to cease. Lo, luso, elusa, to loosen, free. Mello, melleso, emelesa, to linger, be about to. Meno, menero, emaina, to stay, wait, remain. Mimnesko, mneso, emnesa, to remind. Tredzo, trexo, erexa, to do, make, perform sacrifices. Sozo, saoso, esaosa, to save. Teleo, teleso, etelesa, to accomplish.
Terpo, terpso, eterpsa. Delight, satisfy. Media passive, to enjoy, revel. Final, phaneo, ephena, to show, cause to appear, uncover, bring to light. Passive, to appear, shine. Ortheo, oso, osa, to push. The following four verbs differ from the one we've just done, only because Homer doesn't usually seem to use the augment for these verbs. Alexo, alexeso, alexesa, to repel, ward off, turn aside.
Elauno, elaso, elasa, to drive, march, push, beat out. Calupto, calupso, calupsa, to cover with, hide. Noeo, noeso, noesa, to see, think, deem, intend. Oruo, oruso, orusa, to rush, spring, hurry, rise and violently assault.
Next, we have about 20 verbs that differ from the preceding ones because they have a second aorist rather than a normal aorist. Ago, oxo, egagon, to lead, take with, lead forward, go before, way down a scale. Middle, to take for oneself.
Haireo, haireso, heranon, take, choose. Ararisco, ersa, eraron, to join together. Balo, baleo, ebalon, to throw, hit, fall. Gignosco, gnosomai, egnon, to know, perceive, learn, realize.
Esthio, phagomai, ephagon, to eat.
Echo, hexo, eschon, to have. Thnesco, thanumai, ethanon, to die. Kichano, kichesomai, ekichesamein, to overtake, encounter, reach. Crino, crineo, ecrina, to distinguish, judge, decide. Cteno, cteneo, ectane, to kill. Lego, lexo, elexa, elegane, to say. Lipo, lipso, elipon, to leave something, depart. Ophailo, opheleso, ophelon. O, should, if only. Chairo, chaireso, echerame, to rejoice, to enjoy.
Finishing off these verbs that only have a second aorist, we have four verbs that Homer seems to use mostly in the unaugmented form. Handano, hadeso, hadon, to please, be pleasing to.
Herisco, hereso, heron, to chance upon, find out, obtain. Lantano, leso, lathon, to escape notice, do secretly, cause to forget in immediate passive.
Now, here's an oddball verb that doesn't really fit the format, but I'll include it. Poron. The present in this verb isn't really used. The aorist poron means to offer. In the perfect, it means to be fated. Homer uses mostly the third person singular aorist poren and the perfect participle pepromenon. He uses the finite perfect only once as peprotai. Now to finish off our regular omega verbs, we have about a dozen verbs that have both a first and a second aorist. So for these verbs, there will be four principal parts.
Bino, beso, ebesa, ebane, to go, walk, stand.
Keutho, keuso, ekeusa, kuthon, to cover, hide. Ornomi, orso, orsa, ororon, to set upon, arouse.
Perao, pereso, eperesa, eperesane, to try, test. Perco, perso, epersa, etrathon, to sack, ravage, plunder. Kelko, telxo, etelxa, tetukon, to make. Slao, streisomai, etalasa, etlane, to bear, suffer, undergo, force oneself to do something.
Tmego, tmexo, etmexa, tmagon, to cut, cut apart.
Trepo, trepso, etrepsa, etrapon, to turn. Trefo, trepso, etrepsa, etrapon, to nourish, raise, solidify, curdle. Frazo, fraso, efrasa, epetradon, to tell, point out, explain, advise. Media passive, consider, devise, think, remark. Full, Efuso, efusa, efun, to produce, beget. Geo, geo, echea, echumein, to pour, scatter, shed, spread forth. Medial passive, to embrace, pour forth.
Now 9 verbs from the me conjugation.
Didomi, doso, edoka, to give, permit.
Henmi, heso, heesa, to clothe in.
Hieni, heso, heka, to release, throw, utter.
Olumi, oleso, olesa, to destroy, kill, lose. Omnumi, omeo, omosa, to swear.
Pinveni, pleso, eplesa, to fill, passive, to glut oneself with something. Troieni, troeso, troeka, to send forth, abandon. Tipeni, theso, etheka, to put, place.
Next, we have 6 verbs that begin with a preposition, so that the augment happens after the preposition. All of these have either a first aorist or a second aorist, except for anistemi, which has both.
Diapertho, diaperso, diepersa, to destroy. Anaireo, anaireso, anelon, to take up. Exago, exaxo, exegagon, to lead out. Anistemi, anasteso, anestesa, anestain, stand up, arouse, raise, rise from bed.
Apolomi, apoleso, apolesa, to destroy.
Suntithemi, suntheso, sunetheka, to assemble.
The following 8 verbs all have dictionary forms ending in my. From that, you can tell that these verbs only occur in the middle voice.
Eidelmai, eidesomai, edesamen, be ashamed, respect. Dechomai, dexomai, edexamen, to accept, receive. Dunamai, dunesomai, edunesamen, to be powerful, to be able. Hepomai, hepsomai, hespomen, to follow, support. Eromai, eresomai, eromain, to ask a question. Hikneomai, hiksomai, hikomain, to reach, arrive at. Keimai, kesomai, to rest, lie down to sleep, lie dead, be laid up sick, be located, settle. Botheomai, Muthe somai. Muthe samin. To say, tell.
Now, two verbs, anoga and oida, which are used in the perfect but with the meaning being the present. These got a little bit messy to recite from memory according to a set form, so I'll just say the forms and then you repeat them. Anoga is an epic verb meaning to command or to order. It comes from the preposition ana along with an archaic verb meaning to say. The perfect used as the present is anoga. The future is anoxo. The aorist is enoxa. The pluperfect, which is used for the present or imperfect, is enogea. Oida means to know. It's cognate with the English word wit. The third person of that same tense is isasi. The future is esomai. The pluperfect, which is used as the imperfect, is eidea. Its participles are eidos, eiduia, and eidos. Next, four highly irregular verbs, erchomai, histemi, phero, and phemi.
Erchomai. Elelsomai. Eluton. To go, walk, leave, come. Histemi. Steso. Estesa. Estein. To stand, set. Phero. Oiso. Enenga. Enenkon. To bring, carry.
Phemi means to speak or to say. Its present tense is phemi, phes, phesin, phamen, phate, phasin. Also, Homer seems to sometimes use phasin as the singular in the third person. For past tenses, he mostly uses third person singular phato and ephath, and also the first person singular ephamein. Finally, we have about 8 verbs whose first 3 principal parts are just a little bit on the weird side.
Edon. Edeso. Edon. To see, know, seem. Elo. Elsa. Elmai. To pack, press, enclose, drive, jostle, roll up. Lambano. Lapsomai. Elabon. To take, grasp. Horao. Hopsomai. Eidon. To see.
Perao. Perao. Peireso. Eperesa. Eperesamen. To try, test.
Pino. Piomai. Epion. To drink. Pipto. Peselmai. Epison. To fall, fall upon. Telo. etaila, tetalmai, to accomplish, raise. Thelgo, thelxomai, ephugon, to flee.
The remaining 5 of our verbs with second aorists seem to occur without the augment in Homer.